Lin is a player who has won at Champions level in the past. Champions Frankfurt 2023, a remarkable outing for him that saw him come up against a familiar foe. And a familiar foe we now meet once more.
From China, WANG CHUQIN.
And as WANG CHUQIN makes his way down the ramp, we know that these two have history, but we also know that he can plot his path to success. A two-time winner here in Macau in the past. He is here as part of a blockbuster first men's quarter-final. WTT Champions Macau 2025. It's the best of 7 games. And we had the prospect of that in our first match. What will happen in this one as these two players who know each other oh so well come face to face once again? In terms of the WTT head-to-head, it is, you'll have noticed, both players with two of the more iconic coaches on the circuit. That'll be a factor as well in this match. But first, let's get to the coin toss.
Blue or red? Blue or red? Red. Blue for you? Red. Receive. Which side? Okay.
Finalist at WTT Champions Yokohama. He's got past Sora Matsushima. That's a great scout to take. And then Jonathan Groth, who was in a strong position early on in that match against WANG CHUQIN. I mentioned it earlier on. You have to go back 2 years in WTT WANG CHUQIN. Boy, oh boy, they've turned up the volume in here, haven't they? I wonder why.
First game, 1 to serve, level. One left.
And so to the bigger picture, you know, maybe because we had such a tense first match up here, it's as if the crowd, particularly the WANG CHUQIN fans, have just been waiting to explode into noise here. And they've seen him win the first point.
I wonder when these two stopped training before this match began, how much longer did that attack-defense match go and what they were expecting?
That's right, will have affected their preparations. We showed some shots some time earlier of them in the practice hall.
They'll be prepared for that, though.
2.
Beautiful shot from Lin Winru. Whoa! WANG CHUQIN with a bellowing backhand. It was lovely curation here off the angle from Lin, a shallow spinny ball.
You know, I'd welcome your take on here, Fraser. We spoke about that meeting in Frankfurt a couple of years ago. What's your take on the way their careers have progressed respectively since then? Because there have been those 3 other wins for Wang. And of course, we know he's become imperious. If it wasn't for the presence of Lin Shidong, he'd be up there at the top again, wouldn't
he? Yeah, I mean, even though he's world number 2, he is at the top. He is the world champion. He has fulfilled expectations. Despite turbulence before the World Championships, that spell of losing to Schalberg at Frankfurt for Archie at the Asian Championships, you know, it wasn't the Olympics that he would have hoped for. Ups and downs, 1 to 2 golds, yes, but lost in the round of 32 of the men's singles. All in all, he's having a great career so far. Lin Winru has found more difficulty. After getting to the semi-final of the Olympics in Tokyo and nearly beating Fan Zhendong, I expected to see him win more titles than what he's been able to. And that's, for the most part, because of the presence of this man, WANG CHUQIN. So it is a rivalry.
And in terms of the start of this match, Lin Winru is just beginning now, you feel, to find his feet a little bit here. He's a player who has got such a beautiful language style, but there's a power to his play as well, which he's going to have to tap into today against the onslaught that's going to come his way.
He's got a lot of power, a lot of spin, and a lot of silk.
Yeah, silky, like that. Good description.
He's smooth, very, very smooth. But does he have the firepower? Does he have the killer instinct to beat Wang Chuqin today?
It's a huge order, a huge ask for him. If you think about Wang Chuqin's approach in the last really big ticket events we've seen him at, first in the US Smash, so convincing there, and then of course just coming unstuck at the final hurdle in Yokohama as well. He's got the pedigree, he's got the nous to go all the way again and again and again. Oh, that's the same part of the table, but if anything, an even better shot.
Imperious. There's something so authoritative about his play, about his demeanor at the table.
But this is what Lin Wenru is going to have to do. Soak up those massive blows that come, but then just pick up points. Stay in touch.
Well, he's managed to get Wang Chuqin quite far back at certain moments, Lin Wenru, but Wang's resilience, unfathomably good, right off the bounce, full stroke forehand, you can never count him out of a rally. Something about the way the ball bounced there seemed to disgruntle Lin Wenru.
Yeah.
8-4.
It's an 8-4 lead as Wang Chuqin serves. What's scary about him is, even when we saw that punishing forehand winner down the line just now, he's got more in the tank because he hasn't quite yet got into that sort of cartwheel shot where he cartwheels away, full energy expended. Oh, the other way! Stand and deliver.
Not really showing where he was going to go, just gave himself a split second longer there, Wang Chuqin, but still taking it in front of his body. Perfect shot. He really needs to make this start, John, because he's not been at his very, very best so far here. Really struggling against Sora Matsushima, actually a game point down at 1-all, and in trouble against Groth.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we need a speed gun on him here. He's flying out of the blocks.
10.
Drops a point there, but he's come out all guns blazing. Very good. Had the patience to wait and not get phased by what came at him from under the table.
All hiss, no bite there on the Wang Chuqin snake. To be fair, it wasn't a bad one, actually, looking at it from that angle. But Lin Wenru read it well.
A bit more hissy. That had some bite to it.
Game 2-1.
A power play from the world number 2 in the opening game here. At times unstoppable as he reels off the first.
Second game, Lin to serve, level.
If Lin Wenru is going to end a 22-month title drought on the WTT series, and remember, he's somebody who's won a Champions event, he's also won contenders in Zagreb and Almaty in the past, he's got to get past players like Wang Chuqin. Easier said than done, and we're seeing evidence of that already. Oh, we got it back!
1-all.
Yeah, the philosophy of if you throw enough at the wall, something might stick, doesn't really work with Wang Chuqin. You know, you really have to beat him. You have to put the nail in the coffin.
Well, this was a case in point.
Yeah. Awesome.
He
had a couple of off days, which blew the mind of so many fans around the world after that. Early, by his standards, loss at the Olympics in singles. But he's back in the picture again, in a seemingly unbeatable state at times.
At the moment, there are a few better sights in this sport than that forehand of his when he unleashes it. And he's going down both flanks, which is making life so hard for Winru.
Yeah, it's such an iconic silhouette, the Wang Chuqin forehand. But that's a nice way to try maybe stall him in some sense. Lin Minru wrapping around the ball there with his famous flick. That backhand flick, which is obviously so versatile. Wang Chuqin knows all about it. But it doesn't make it much easier to return when you're expecting something deep, something top spinning to work with. Oh yeah, there we see some of his power.
Chuqin actually did really well to manufacture a response in an awkward position off the body. But what came back at him now, well, that echoed what we'd seen from the Chinese player in the last game.
Swift switch there from Lin Minru. Lovely, lovely stuff.
That's what sets him apart a little bit, isn't it? The delicacy, but also played with pace, and that's just fading away. That's ungettable. Is that in the wrist or what?
A lot in the wrist there. Perfect, perfect. Pinpoint placement off the angle. Slower spin there from Lin Minru. Wang Chuqin missed contacts.
This is a much improved showing by the player from Chinese Taipei. Of course, he's been galvanized into action by Chuqin's power showing in the first game, but he leads by 3.
6-2.
Make that 4. Hence the noise from the Wang Chuqin fan club.
Well, Chuqin knows that he has to play better than what he did in the last 2 rounds, otherwise he might be in trouble here against Lin Minru.
6-3.
So snappy on that receive there.
Lin Minru serving, but not ready for what came back.
No, I don't think many would be.
You sometimes forget how good Wang Chuqin's backhand is, because it's very rare to see him play 2 in a row in a rally.
Just like that.
He's divisive with it. He's played some really, really nice blocks down the line, and we've seen that more at this event because of the fact that he's played a left-hander every round.
Love the way he guides this one. So in control. And then the power, the wind-up.
Hail Mary. A bludgeoning stroke, isn't it?
That right knee comes forward and a full body talking through the ball.
And he's so quick because he can play that 4-stroke shot and still recover to then abbreviate if a ball of pace, which is most likely to come back, comes back. Lovely touch play as well from both here. Went along with the push. Lin Minru overcuts, comes up the back of the ball too much there.
He's come back into this well. Chuqin leveling it up at 6-all.
Now then, timeout.
He had a look.
Coach Wang eats in the corner.
Oh my word! How good were both of those shots?
He's pulled the bunny out of the hat there.
As nonchalant as you like.
Wang Hao whistling at that one. He knew how special that was.
It's like catching a bullet in your teeth.
It is, isn't it? It is, well said. Back in front with some ferocious backhands. Lin Minru.
This is so high quality. Next level stuff.
The way they strike the ball, second to none. Clever serve from Wang Chuqin. Wider, no spin. Caused just a little bit of hesitation, enough to give him more time for his third ball. After what happened at the World Championships, I think this is as good as a must-win game for Lin Winru. He needs this so badly.
In the last 3 encounters, Lin's only taken a maximum of 2 games against Wang.
They're so equal, these two, in terms of skill sets. It's a joke. There's literally nothing between them in that way. But it's just the personality of Wang Chuqin, the pedigree, the minerals. In these kind of situations, I'd almost always be going for him, especially with serve. So Lin Winru has to be bold, has to be decisive.
So what's it to be from the number 2 seed?
10-9.
He was scared there, Lin Winru.
It's nothing fancy. It came his way. Game point. Double bluff in a way, maybe there. Oh, and then into the corner with the forehand. You are right, sir.
2-1.
Fraser called it. The man who delivers when it matters, delivering again there for a 2 games to love lead. Wang Chuqin pushed harder this time by Lin, but coming up with the goods yet again.
Yeah, Wang Chuqin here in the ascendancy. He's halfway there already. That'll scar Lin Winru, that one. So close, yet so far.
What's it? That is an amazing seat from which to watch, in particular at the moment, Wang Chuqin do what he does so well.
Yeah, he's living the dream there, that young Padawan. Right on the corner, you get a real sense of the speed, art, quality, recovery of players from that angle. But our production team doing a wonderful job of capturing almost every single thing that happens.
But kudos to Lin Winru there for living with the heat, the pace, the questions asked by Chuqin.
Wang Chuqin was bullying him in there, but look at how he deflected.
Look at the reaction here. Oh, talked about our production team. That's a great replay there. Wow, I haven't seen that animated for a while.
Because he played literally the perfect point, but then just couldn't put the little cherry on top.
1-all.
The fans here are being treated to something really special. Let's not forget that as well. This is showmanship, and we're seeing a lot of it actually from Wang Chuqin here. He's playing to the crowd at times.
He's a very expressive player, Wang Chuqin. You know what he's thinking.
Oh, he's missed it. Goodness. Opportunity beckoned for Lin Winru, but he couldn't take it.
He's bringing the heat every single point, Wang Chuqin. As good as his strokes are, he never admires them.
But he's taken 12 out the last 16 points available as he serves at 3-1, which becomes 4-1. Yes, he's playing some great ground strokes, but spearheading his attacker is this service, which is looking so good today.
Yeah. We've seen some content recently from players building their dream pro, and when asked whose serve he would have, he chose his own, Wang Chuqin, just to back up what you were saying there, John.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could have easily chosen the forehand as well, and no one would have batted an eye, because that forehand...
2 prime examples of it there, into each corner.
It's flipping brilliant, that forehand. It's scary. It's genuinely scary how good that forehand is.
And as much as Lin Winru knows his opponent, at times here, even he must be thinking, how do I live with this? How do I handle the heat?
I don't think you can. It's
that was
almost
smart.
impossible to beat Wang Chuqin, that's the truth. There's a reason why Moragad's only been able to do it once in, what, nearly 10 tries?
Yeah, because you can't do it consistently. Okay, he tangled Chuqin up there a little bit on the point, but you got to do it repeatedly.
You wonder what wavelength you have to exist on to beat him. He's perfected almost every fundamental as a forehand-orientated left-hander.
7-2.
And maybe, even someone as accomplished as Lin Wenru finds he has to try and reach for shots that maybe aren't easy enough. Got him on the run there, but it's still a 4-point gap between these two. And remember, as we race to the best of 7, it's a strong lead already at 2-0 for Wang Chuqin.
3-7.
Wenru will take heart from that, mixes it up.
Forehand shovel serve from forehand. And again, nice.
7-5.
That serve working well for him.
But now, can he make any inroads into the weapon that is the Wang Chuqin service?
You'd be surprised to see him win another 2 points in a row here, Lin Wenru on receive. Nice Chiquita. Good spin. Well then.
Here's one.
Time out.
Cacophony here inside the Infinity Arena, drowning out the words of Wang Hao coaching Wang Chuqin there, as the fans have been treated to a wonderful showing by the number 2 seed. However, he's just surrendered a string of points to Lin Wenru, hence that timeout, as he takes the second of his 2 serves of this set. Oh, and takes the point.
Well, Wang Hao's been under quite a lot of pressure recently. Wang Chuqin really wanting to demand respect, really wanting to cement himself as someone who can be relied upon time and time again, as someone who can ease the tensions within the Chinese men's team. A young team. A new team.
7-8.
Got into a backhand duel there, and you can see in the background there, Wang Yike, the coach of Lin Wenru, was absolutely delighted with the way he controlled and conducted proceedings here. Because if it's going to happen now, Fraser, it has to happen right now for Lin Wenru.
Yeah.
You feel if he lets this one go, then, I mean, statistically, chances of a comeback in this match are very, very low.
It'll be time for the white flag.
Into the table, closes the gap to 1. Prompting a surge of support for the Chinese star. He's hung in there well, taking 6 of the last 8 points, but he still trails, remember. Oh, that was really quick. Really quick. Too quick even for Chuqin.
He scurries, he scuttles there, Lin Wenru. Wang Chuqin playing that backhand flick. Wenru adapting and playing it out to wide backhand. Watch this. Yeah. So quick, so agile there, Wenru. Getting in with the first spin, first flick or attack might not be the best thing.
Ooh, another one. Oh, Chuqin. He received an equally brilliant ball then, but he did more than just deal with it, cope with it. Look at what he got back.
I have no idea how Wang has got behind that with the bat.
And in so doing, earns himself a game point for a 3-game lead. Big points. This is when he steps up. Oh! You were wondering how Wang got a ball back. How does that happen from Lin Wenru?
That's astonishing. That is simply stunning. Matrix movement.
Yeah.
Nice shot from Wenru. He's got to take it, and he does.
11, 10.
He's got his back to the wall already, even as early as this in this match, and he's fighting for his life, and he's playing beautiful table tennis. Game point now for the man from Chinese Taipei. These opportunities don't come along often.
The composure, the closure. So classy there with the backhand, Wang Chuqin.
We've seen this before. He steers it. He knows exactly what the vision is and executes.
Beautiful.
Lovely low-angle replay showing just how controlled he was. And now it just has that sense of deja vu. When the going gets tough, we know what happens.
We've seen this quite a few times. A wide touch, a low scooping spin, a nice caressing play there from Lin Wenru. But look at the compound movement Wang makes and greases the ball, just kissing the way on the way through.
Yeah, and of course, good of him to acknowledge that. It's a big point, big moment and a big point, that. Game point.
12.
Well played, Lin Wenru, hanging in.
Contacts the ball so bangingly, Lin Wenru, at times. Even when he plays with quite a lot of power, you can barely hear the contact because of the quality, how he caresses the ball. That one not quite coming off as Wang Chuqin intended. But brave ball play from Lin Wenru, throwing caution to the wind from mid-distance there with the backhand. Pays off. What's interesting here is that Wang Chuqin is actually trying to set up his backhand over the table, maybe because of the fact that he's played some forehand crackers that have come back with interest.
Either way, he's engineered another game point, another opportunity. Holds the hand up for the second time in the space of 5 points because another huge one has gone his way, and you feel he's taken a massive step now as that flicks off the table, leaving Lin Wenru disconsolate and makes it a 3-game lead for the number 2 seed. But for now, there's a match to be wrapped up, maybe as soon as this game, by Wang Chuqin, who leads by 3 against a regular sparring partner and opponent in Lin Wenru in what has been a high-quality match.
Lin to serve. Level. Don't use a flash, please.
The fans have come to see their hero in action, and he is more than delivering here. Taking the best shots Lin Wenru has to offer, and also replying in dazzling fashion. Ran all the way around that one. And that still yields a point. And the real problem for Lin Wen-ru has been that he just cannot really make inroads into the Wang Chuqin service, which has been so strong. It'll be interesting to see what kind of service win success he's been going at, because the suspicion, just from watching this match, is that it's going to be strong, it's going to be high. Wang, the expressive, emotional, noisy coach, and even he's being drowned out by the fans here. Last year in Macau, Lin Wen-ru made it to the quarterfinals before going down against the eventual winner, Lin Shidong. At the moment, barring something remarkable happening in here, it's going to be another quarterfinal exit for him. Because try as he might, he just doesn't seem to be able to find the answers, or even in that instance, the edge of the table. The winner of this match will take on the winner of the quarterfinal between Benedict Duda and Zhang Wujin. Oh, we got a little bit lucky there. Off the backhand into the net court, Wang Chuqin, but it's another point in the bank. And at this point of this match, Lin Wen-ru has no choice but to go for that. Smart play again, as good as that forehand is. He was trying to execute that Chuqin from way back out wide there. Searching forehands from Lin Wen-ru. And he's edging closer and closer now to that potential semi-final encounter with Duda or Zhang. Is Wang Chuqin. But every now and then we see a flash of the quality that Lin Wen-ru possesses. That was stupendous. So it's a two-point game, but he's got the ball in hand, which is typically heralded points for Wang Chuqin in this match. Not this time. Another sign then of the ability to find a length that unsettles Chuqin. He's done it occasionally, Lin Wen-ru. It was guarded until the moment he athletically springs into that forehand again. And once more, Lin Wen-ru, no answer to it. Wang Chuqin might have had one or two slightly sluggish moments in his opening two encounters here in Macau this year. But there has been very little wrong with anything he's done at any point of this match so far in the quarterfinals. He's coming to the boil, and he's just got to be careful not to boil over as he sees the finishing line in sight. But this has been an awesome showing by the number two. Is there fight yet in Lin Wen-ru? Can he extend this match? Can he dampen the cheers in the crowd, silence those fans?
8-7.
That time he was content to work on the backhand, Wang CHUQIN, and it served him well. Punching away to great effect. But you ride off Lin Wenru's backhand at your peril. That deceptively venomous sting coming his way once again. And he serves looking to level it up in the fourth. Oh, again, he sees the gap, and as calm as you like, he finds it. And Wang CHUQIN, in so doing, is on the brink of the semi-final. 2 match points as he serves.
10-9.
Again, in what has been a really battling display, this game in particular from Lin Wenru, he saves one, but has to face another service. Well played, Lin Wenru. That brought a moment of silence from the fans before again they scream, because he's given himself a chance now. Having won 2 against the Wang service, he can serve himself now and possibly get a foothold of some kind in this match that's slipped away from the get-go. Oh, and back he comes. Once again, Lin Wenru not entirely happy with the way that flew through him, past him. Match point again. And unlike the previous 2, this one is not squandered. And it's an embrace between 2 teammates at club level. But at international level here, at WTT level, it's been a big win, a big margin of victory, a straight games win for Wang CHUQIN. 2 times a winner here already in Macau, and he has designs yet again on the WTT Champions crown.